She come off like a major femcel in my opinion, and honestly she kinda shows that she's a femcel because she is saying you men are freaking disgusting, there is no wonder why you all lonely, women can't tolerate your shitty and gross behavior. This is such a femcel thing to be saying. Just because you had one bad experience with a man, sweetheart, doesn't mean all of them are that, and there's legit no reason for you to be ranting on Reddit and basically saying this disgusting stuff. And here she's saying as well, you're a stupid, male loneliness epidemic would be over so fast if you look at people like there are people instead of objects. And hey, what's up dudes, today your boy GenNot is coming back with a new video on my channel. Today is gonna be a pretty relaxed video. I'm just going to take a look at Reddit, specifically speaking the subreddit called Rant. I know I haven't taken a look at Reddit for quite some time, and the main reason is basically around election time. There was legit nothing but Trump talk 24/7, stressing the man. There was legit only one opinion, and that was basically the opinion of the progressive left, because Reddit is an echo chamber. I think everyone knows that by now, and basically if you have like a different opinion on Reddit, you get deleted or you get like downvoted or you get banned. So it's basically just a massive echo chamber, and that's pretty frustrating, especially when it's like election time. And I just was like, I don't want to go there. It's just the same opinion over and over. It's just a bunch of sheeps. Before I go into the topic that I wanted to discuss, I'm going to take a look at the comment of the day. So the comment that I've chosen for today's comment of the day is this person saying, nice video, I'm 5'9", am I cooked? It really depends, first of all, if you're a dude or you're a girl. If you're a girl, you're gonna be taller than almost every single other girl, 100%. I mean, it's basically like model height for like a female. I'm pretty sure they like women that are like 5'7", 5'8", 5'10" in like the model world, especially like Swedish models, if you ever took a look at that. But I think for a dude, I would say 5'9" is not short, but it is just average in my opinion. It really depends on the country as well. That is something I wanted to say as well, because 5'9" would consider to be like short in like Sweden, but in America I'm pretty sure it's average, so you're gonna be fine in my opinion. 5'9" is not a bad height. But having said all of this, now I'm going to take a look at the topic of today's video, and that is the post on the subreddit called Rant. If you don't know Rant, well, the word already says it is basically subreddit where people rant about a certain topic they're frustrated about. So this is basically the title. I need to censor some words because this person is using a lot of curse words. And first of all, I just want to say I don't really care about curse words, but YouTube does. If it was me that was the owner of YouTube, I definitely wouldn't care about it. So for the people that don't know what the male loneliness epidemic is, it's basically just an increase of young men that feel lonely. Well, it's that easy, honestly. It has increased a lot compared to like the 80s and the 90s. A lot of young dudes feel much more lonely. Here are some numbers. Around 50% of men claim that they have no close friends, and it obviously increased since the 90s, and it's definitely a problem. Maybe that is one of the reasons that actually dudes end themselves much higher rates than honestly girls. If you take a look at the numbers, that's a known fact. And obviously girls have a much bigger friend group on average. They are much better at socializing, and basically this person is well saying screw that, I don't really care about dudes feeling that way or ending themselves, which is obviously a pretty horrible thing to be saying in the first place. Then this person continues with saying, first off, it's not a real thing. There is a general loneliness epidemic, basically saying that it's not a male loneliness epidemic but a general loneliness epidemic. In other words, saying that it happens to both men and women. I do agree with that, but I disagree as well, because it happens to men at a much higher rate compared to women, and there obviously are many causes of that, because dudes on average have a smaller friend group, what I said, and they are worse at socializing with other people, and it's a real problem, honestly. And another thing I just want to point out is the fact that there's a reason why they call it a male loneliness epidemic. It's basically because it happens much more to dudes than it happens to girls. I don't know why you don't understand that. So this person continues with saying Gen Z is the most lonely generation compared to obviously the other generations, and then she is saying, oh yeah, Gen Alpha is going to be the worst of all of them, because that generation is even going to be more lonely. And I do agree, because Gen Alpha Alpha, well, they really don't have any real contact anymore because everything happens online with Gen Alpha, even worse than Gen C, because if you're like an older person, when you're like a Gen C person, then you basically remember everything not being online. But obviously if you're Gen Alpha, you were just born to have the online world with you, so I understand that. But yeah, saying that it is just a general epidemic and not a male epidemic, I just don't agree with that. There's people coming after women because it's a problem with a large group of people who are ending themselves over this. That's the health crisis. Like, women get along just fine without a man. I'm pretty sure men will figure it out. I mean, the way she talks and just acts about such a sensitive topic like young men ending themselves just shows that this person is just a cold-hearted woman. I'm just gonna say it like it is, and I don't think many people are blaming women because of this stuff. I don't think so, at least, and I don't think you should. But her legit saying, oh yeah, I don't care, like, bro, just don't do that. You come off like a major femcel in my opinion, and honestly she kind of shows that she's a femcel because she is saying you men are freaking disgusting. There is no wonder why you all lonely. Women can't tolerate your shitty and gross behavior. This is such a femcel thing to be saying. Just because you had one bad experience with a man, sweetheart, doesn't mean all of them are that. And there's legit no reason for you to be ranting on Reddit and basically saying this disgusting stuff. And here she's saying as well, you're a stupid, male loneliness epidemic would be over so fast if you look at people like there are people instead of objects and competition. You're doing it to yourself. Get over it, get alive, and stop. Well, I can't say that, but for God's sake, stop bitching. I mean, this is such a weird thing to be saying. Just imagine me going to like a site and say, well, this issue, well, if you women honestly should just stop bitching about it and stop complaining about it, it would just stop and it would just be like not an issue anymore. I would say, oh yeah, women getting forced. Well, if you just stop complaining about it, bro, that wouldn't be an issue, right? Just understand how insane that sounds. Obviously, male loneliness epidemic is a real thing. This woman is obviously a femcel. I don't think I need to explain that, and here are some other things she was saying, but I'm just not gonna talk about it because it's just the same stuff over and over again. She's having her femcel rant and people are honestly supporting her on Reddit, which I'm not really surprised about because Reddit is legit just the most progressive / left-wing site you can imagine, and basically women can say anything really on this site and they have some dudes basically protecting her 24/7. That is just how the site is, and that is not me trying to say, oh yeah, every single one on Reddit is awful. No, there are normal people on Reddit, but the big majority is just really simpy in my opinion. So yeah, I think I don't need to explain. This post was deleted, but I just want to show it to you all because I just think this is just not a way to talk to people. This is just a really femcel thing to be doing, and I thought it was interesting as well. If you did think it as well, if you thought it was interesting, then press the like button, subscribe on my channel, and I will see you all in the next video.